About a year ago, my husband was in an accident. He was hit by a drunk driver, and my world shifted from being a normal family where you know, my husband wakes up and goes to work. I take care of my kids, work, go to church, just do all the things. It shifted from that to my husband fighting for his life, and just being in the deepest pit I could possibly be in, because he suffered a severe traumatic brain injury. He was fighting for his life. He had to learn how to breathe again. He had to learn how to eat again. And now we're still in rehab, working through all those things. So, you know, grieving my life before the accident and just this ongoing suffering, learning how to do things the new way, and believing God for healing. I just, the thing that I didn't know is that we're not exempt from that awful suffering that I've experienced.
Right.
But the hope that we have as believers and as children of God is that God is good, and He just is with us, and we know our future, and we know that that He provides joy from within. Wherever we are, He is good. And it's just a simple phrase, but it's my heart, you know. It's what I've learned. It's like, it doesn't matter where I am, He's there with me, and He's good always.
And I think it's easy to sing, or it's easy to say on a mountaintop. When you're feeling like you're in a peak season of life and things are going your way. Of course you say, oh, God is good. And I remember we sang a song about God being good. It's a beautiful song. The spirit of the song that we sang, that I remember, was very happy. It was very fun. And I remember thinking while I was singing that song on stage, I was seeing you in the congregation, and I was thinking, God, like, these words are true, but the spirit of this song is so far from what our church is feeling right now. We don't feel happy. There is suffering, and there is a depth of darkness right now that we are existing in. And although these words feel true, it's very hard for me to connect to them. And part of what I wanted to capture in this was the fact that the music sounds really different. It's not happy. It's not a typical upbeat way that you would hear someone saying, God is good, God is good. It's heavy. But the words are the same. And I wanted us to be able to approach that truth from the pit and sing it authentically as a church. And I hope that's what it brings for us.
I think we did it. I really do. I'm so happy we're here. I'm so thankful that we're here and not where we were.
How have things changed since last year?
Well, for one thing, you had your leg woke up.
I did, yeah.
And you started walking, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
When I filmed that interview with you last year, he has no recollection of that, no memory of any of that song at the time. He was in a wheelchair, and not even like a normal wheelchair, like a big
wheelchair.
A big wheelchair. It was like 50 pounds. So we've come a long way, haven't we?
Yep, I have.
How have you changed spiritually?
I feel like last year, specifically when we met, there was still a pretty big heaviness in my spirit. I was still experiencing a whole lot of grief for our life before the accident. Still joy, and that's the heart of this song. We knew God was good, but yeah, it was a heavy time for us. And now it's like I feel lighter, a lot lighter, because I've seen the fruit of God's promises to us. And I think when we talked about this song, and there were issues with production, and it took a lot longer to produce than originally planned. But I'm thankful for that, because it's really nice to hear that song now and be able to sing it and not just feel so heavy and so dark. I just feel thankful when I hear it. And of course I was thankful then. I was thankful that you were alive. But it's really hard to see. I mean, I know now how good his plans were, but when you're in the thick of it, it's really hard to see past where you are and to understand that you can get through it. Now where we are, how far we've come, it gives me so much hope for what's to come. You couldn't speak at all at this time last year. You couldn't walk. So I know that restoration is coming, and we believe God for full restoration.
Yeah.
How would you describe what's happened?
I would call it
A trial.
A trial. I would call it hardship. Every single day has been hard, hasn't it? It's getting easier now, but extremely difficult. But we've seen a miracle.
How does it feel to say God is good on this side of your story?
Okay, so we were in church and the song started playing, and I knew the words, but it sounded different to me. And I asked Brian, like, did you change something about the song? Because it sounds different. And she's like, well, I mean, we changed just like a little tiny things, but nothing major. And it dawned on me that now hearing the song where we are, of course it's gonna sound different. Of course, because we're in a different place. We're not in the pit anymore. And I don't know if we're all the way to the peak, but we're on our way. We're not. We're on our way though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel closer to him now?
I do, yeah. I do.
Do you see your wife differently now?
Yeah. She's amazing.
That's sweet. Thank you.
Do you see Drew differently now?
Yeah, I do. You don't have a bad attitude about this healing process at all. Now, you are feisty and you're eager to do all the things, and sometimes you push yourself too hard and it makes me nervous, but I'm so thankful that you are such a fighter.